Guys, this is one of my first videos on Subnautica, guys, and just like I said in yesterday's video, one thing I'm going to talk about: will research specimen theta, the giant ghost leviathan, and gargantuan leviathan be in Subnautica 3. So guys, this is part 1 of this 3-part long theory on Subnautica series. So guys, number 1, we're gonna learn about these creatures. So this one's gonna be the giant ghost leviathan. Now, in the last river, you can find some skeleton. Looks like a regular ghost leviathan skeleton, but it is much better than a regular ghost leviathan. It is much bigger, than a regular ghost leviathan skeleton. So I don't know what to call it, since it doesn't have an official name, but I'm calling it the Sea Destroyer Leviathan. So one thing we have to learn about the Sea Destroyer Leviathan is how it is. Is it a mammal or not? You can't, and I think it's a mammal because ghost leviathans, really, we can't find any ghost leviathan eggs anywhere, which means that since this is a giant ghost leviathan, the Sea Destroyer is a giant ghost leviathan, it might be a mammal, an underwater mammal. So guys, and the next thing about is what could be the food chain. So remember, ghost leviathans, they live in the void. I presume the Sea Destroyer Leviathan consumes small fish such as peepers and alpha peepers, which existed in its time. Because of light snacks. While the big snacks, it probably eats regular reaper leviathans, sea dragon leviathans, possibly even sea emperor leviathans. It's unknown what the food chain is, but remember, the team, Yellow Entertainment or whatever it was, Unknown Entertainment, didn't really reveal anything about what was. Didn't reveal a singular thing about what the creature really was. Like, food chain, anything. I'm presuming that's the food chain, just like how sea dragons eat reaper leviathans. So guys, I feel that food chain definitely consists of smaller leviathans and small fish. And now, let's go on to the next factor. Will they ever? What do they look like? Not will they ever something. What will they look like? So we only can find the skull in the Lost River biome. So the theory is that it looks something like a centipede, or maybe it looks like a regular ghost leviathan. But now let's move on to, will it be in the game? So I'll use some scientific measures here to try and find out whether it will still be there. So if these types of creatures can be reproduced, there must be multiple Sea Destroyer Leviathans out there, which could make sense because how would one Sea Destroyer Leviathan only live? I presume that the children of the Sea Destroyer Leviathan are possibly ghost leviathans, but I can't really tell because it's never been confirmed. So let's go on to the theory that there are multiple. So if there are multiple, then they need to have some type of organs. That they must have some type of process. And they've got to have some type of process of reproduction. So I'll go in depth on these features. So number one, the skull. It seems to be in the Lost River, small air pocket, and it ends off in a small air pocket. You can even find presumably precursor material, research material of sorts. So I have a theory. This is pretty much a really big theory, but if you've not played or if you've not finished Subnautica below zero, please finish the game and then watch this video, because this is going to contain some big spoilers for that. So now here we go. Here is the theory. So my theory is that the precursor, that whenever the cannon, alright, the cannon which shot down Sunbeam in Subnautica 1, I presume one day the Sunbeam was pointing some other direction towards the Lost River. That's when the Sea Destroyer Leviathan jumped out, and the cannon instantly shot it, and it ended up dying. The precursors, they entered the water and started studying the creature. After that, they took the creature, put its DNA into samples, and then boom, went back alive. But then all of a sudden, it started wrecking the alien facility. So they had to evacuate. They killed the thing and dumped its body in the Lost River. Then they left research specimen theta to rot and went to Sector 0 from Subnautica below zero. It seems like a pretty great theory, honestly. And after that research specimen theta rotted away into nothing but the skeleton you could find in one of the precursor bases in game. So rotted one, and the theta leviathan presumably is some type of anglerfish. Now let's get back to the Sea Destroyer Leviathan. Now, what was its behavior? I presume it was a very hostile creature initially. I presume it was very hostile and killed a lot of creatures. Aside from its mate and possibly its kids, ghost leviathans. The ghost leviathan being its kids would make sense, as in the Lost River, that's one of the only biomes where you can find ghost leviathans. That honestly makes sense. That its kids would be circling around its dead body in memory of it. I think there are multiple Sea Destroyer Leviathans out there. I think that's the process. I think that's what they turn into. I think that's what ghost leviathans mostly turn into after they're fully grown up. They turn into these giant Sea Destroyer Leviathans. I presume they grow up, and then boom, the cycle happens, and then they reproduce, and then boom, the entire cycle happens. So guys, now let's talk about what was a healthy diet for these creatures. I feel like a healthy diet for these creatures would be multiple alpha peepers, rainbow leviathans, and a few sea dragons and a few baby sea emperors. I feel like this would be a very healthy diet for Sea Destroyer Leviathans. Let's go on to which biome do they live in. One of their skeletons can be found in the Lost River, but I presume few of them lived in the void, few of them lived in the inactive lava zone, few of them lived in the active lava zone. I feel like a lot of them, they just adapted pretty much to all these lava lizards and all the things that live out there. I'm sure they adapted. And now let's get to the another part. What did they die of? So I think they died of starvation. As the river prowlers that was his first time in the Lost River, and it probably died due to the amount of river flower. The river bells are really due to starvation. That one ended up dying. It never managed to adapt to the Lost River and died. And now, let's get to the most important thing. Will it be subnautica?